What's going on, guys? Welcome back. KRAZY4KOMPS RC. I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by, checking the video out. So we're kind of down to the wire. The day this video comes out, I'll have about 16 days or so left before I leave for East Coast Championships at Little Rock City. So we're kind of down to the wire, trying to get our Class 2 Circa 2022 rules truck ready to go for that competition. If you guys aren't up to date and this is kind of the first video in this series that you've seen, I'm going to link the playlist up here. Go ahead and check it out because it'll kind of get you up to speed on what we're doing. I'll walk you through kind of my thought process of why I'm going to do a competition. Besides the obvious of competing and having fun. Walk you through my whole build. Did an update on once it was put together. And today you guys are getting to see for the first time the way the truck looks painted and finished for the most part. Few small scale details still need to go on it, but for the most part it's got all the points that that I think it's going to have. Like I said, a point here, a point there might still get added, but yeah. And following the time here on the bench, we're going to go out and we're going to take it out for its first run. I took it out to Stone Mountain Park near Atlanta. It's about a 2.5 hour drive for me. Took a bunch of vehicles, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You guys will be seeing some running footage coming up. But let's get into it. I'll get you guys up to speed on the vehicle, what's changed since the last video, and then we will go out and we'll run it. Obviously the truck got painted, so we did this light blue. This is PS, one second. I'm terrible with remembering paint colors, but this is PS7 for the light blue, PS3 for the orange. We do have some stripes up here on top as well. I'll get you guys some pictures of that. I ended up moving the medium springs to the back here and then move the firm springs up to the front. This truck has a lot of weight up front. It's not light. It's just over 6 pounds. For a comp truck it is a little on the heavy side, a little heavier than I'd like, but I really decided that there was nothing I was comfortable with trying to find weight reduction on. A few of the scale details add a little bit of weight, but it's not too bad, I don't think, to the point where it's detrimental. I ended up doing 35 weight shock fluid. I think it's a little heavy even. I think I could probably go down to 30, maybe 25 if I could find it. I think 20 is probably a hair on the light side. But the shocks, they do move pretty well. You guys will see in the running footage. They tend to work, but I may drop the springs back down now that I have fluid in it and I can actually kind of tune the springs with the shocks the way they're supposed to be. What else? Hope you guys like the new setup. One of the viewers, I don't remember your name, I'm sorry, did suggest doing a side angle shot, with the main camera, and it works out. I have a GoPro and my Sony, so just trying to sync them up in editing, and hopefully it works out and you guys like it. So we did add some D-rings here on the bumpers. These are takeoffs from a TRX4 Sport kit. I just had, in a bin, kind of save everything. I'm a hoarder. Got them really, really tight. So, going through tech, I'll have them pulled down just so they're easy to see. And then I can push them back and they shouldn't really impede anything. I added some windshield wipers. These from a VS410 Pro. They don't really look the greatest, but we're gonna make do. Take those points. Not too worried about them breaking off. If they do, the plastic's really flexible, so I think worst case they'll just bend. Not really too worried about that. I did add a few scale details. I got my body nuts there. This is gonna get painted orange. Sand ladder. 3D printed that one. I had one from the TRX4 Sport as well, but it was a little big and a little bit heavy. So just printed that up, and that sits kind of perfectly in the body nuts. I'll show you guys. Just hold that down, really nice. Inside the cab on this little back shelf that I made, I talked about in the last video, you can see, you know, my scale fire extinguisher from Hot Racing, and then I have a little 3D printed first aid kit in there. Then on the back here, I just took one of these, I think it's a Yeah Racing, you know, scale bungee cord. Just bent the, kind of clamped the hooks down on the bumper here, and this is what I'm going to use to hook my winch. Just to, you know, have some length pulled out, ready to go. But yeah, that kind of catches you guys up on where we're at with the truck. I actually really like the color. I kind of wish the blue was a hair lighter. I did back it with white originally to try to lighten it up, but I'm kind of was trying to go for like a Gulf Racing paint theme, something really simple. I knew I was going to be kind of running out of time a little bit, so I didn't want to do anything too crazy and potentially mess the body up and have to order another one, recut it, do all the holes, everything like that. So went with something that I could execute, and I think it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy. You don't see a lot of like bright, you know, blue, but very traditional paint styles in comps, at least not the pictures I've seen. But I expect we'll pretty much see everything. As far as, you know, making it through tech, the only real worry I have is they have one rule where the body needs to be as wide at the doors as the inside of the front tires, and I am right on it. I actually had to bump my sliders out just a little bit in order to have the body tucked in just a little bit less, and I'm right there. You know, there's really no good way to measure it. My calipers don't go long enough. I put a ruler on it. It's I am legal, but it's down to like a 1/16 or maybe an 1/8 of an inch, you know, right there. So hopefully not too big of sticklers. Worst case, I could run the body on the outside of the sliders, and I would easily make tech doing it that way, but you have potential hang-up points at that point. So as promised, I took a road trip, you know, the lake where I like to run, kind of do all my testing and, you know, running on weekends and things. Been really flooded, no prospects of the water going down anytime soon. So took a road trip out to Stone Mountain, had a day off. It was a beautiful day, really windy. Might be a little bit of wind noise in the mic, but I think my mic does a pretty good job of canceling that out. The only problem I will preface it is there's a lot of really good terrain there. Some people, smaller groups will do some competitions there, but it was really, really busy, and I was worried about getting interrupted while trying to film over and over. I had a lot of trucks I wanted to film that day, so I kind of found a quiet spot. Not the best terrain, but it did have some good side hilling, you know, tests, some vertical climb tests, and some real basic obstacles to get over. So for this, it actually was like the perfect spot. It was nice and quiet. I could really like plan and think about what I was gonna do, and then you know, not get bothered too much. But enough talking, let's go hit the rocks. I'm gonna try it again. Oh yeah, there it is. We're hung up a little on the skid. Wiggle, there we go. Lots of overdrive in this thing, maybe too much. But yeah, it's been good so far. I'm happy with it. I did only bring one battery. I have a mobile charger, but I forgot my XT60 lead, so doesn't do you a lot of good. We'll see if we can get it nice and controlled coming down. The drag brake's way too soft. She's gonna unload, unhook, and she's off. Yep, gotta turn the drag brake off. The gearing is really low. I have a 11 tooth in it. Thought that would be enough. I may try to get a 10 or a 9 on there. It's got plenty of wheel speed. Too much, probably. My biggest goal for the first few courses will be not to point out. So I may run out of time. That's okay. I don't know if we're going to make it up this. All right, guys, sorry to interrupt that. I did not make that climb. Someone else out here in that spot first, and they're trying to enjoy some peace and quiet. So the sound of a Castle ESC probably isn't the most cathartic, we'll say. I think I'm gonna put this. Oh, we're bound up pretty good here. Little bump, sometimes all you need. See your approach angles here. My winch hook's actually what's hitting there. There we go. Easy. I've said a couple times when the camera apparently wasn't recording. It started recording and stopped for some reason. Maybe I bumped the button. But Stone Mountain, this is a really cool area. If you live, I'd say 2 to 3 hours, it's worth the visit. I just drove probably 2.5, honestly. And pretty sweet little spot. I'm jealous of the people who live close to here. I do like the lake. The lake's really nice because it's quiet. Let's see, you guys can see there. I got my front tire hooked on there now. That's not enough weight on it though. Yeah. Nope, not that. Good run time out of these 850 4S packs. It's going to be plenty. I could probably run back-to-back courses and not worry about it. Love the approach angle on this thing. Really planted. It'll basically stand straight up and not flip backwards. And you can see it right there. Not going to make that one. Let's just kind of take some notes here on climbing, just a slick. We're gonna try to climb this in the water and see how it does. This water, I'm telling you, this stuff is so slick when it's wet. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna do a turnaround on the steepest part of the hill here. The overdrive's working. Check the side hilling ability. I'm just trying to kind of gather data mentally and obviously document it too, just to kind of know how it's going to do. If my foams seem to be working, this tire foam combo seems to be working really well. The weight seems to be in the right spot. Front tire's unloading just a little bit. Front driver. Oh, that's a great thing about having this built on a Vanquish. They're very, very stout. Their length, their rod ends, So I'm not going to test too much downhill ability because of my drag brake that needs adjusted, but it's kind of making sure the shocks are working right. Caught it. The spot's not wet, but it is much steeper than the other spot. Probably doesn't show up on camera. We're gonna see if we can get it. I doubt it. There it is. Just a little bump to get over the crest. It levels out a little bit too. We'll do a big climb right at the end. Or just obstacle while already on a big incline. Easy. Okay. Like I said, at this point, I'm kind of just playing around, trying to get the tires scrubbed in a little bit, doing a little bit of torture testing. We'll side hill it right here. I'll probably catch it with my foot. I don't have to fix anything. That's great. Kind of got to point it up. Foams don't seem to be rolling over too bad. These are just a 2-stage foam. They're not like the 3D printed inserts, but happy with it so far. Said I brought my other Ground Fox, the original, built on the Element platform, kind of with intention of doing a comparison, but my lack of second battery for this and the ability to charge it, which is what I was banking on, unfortunately, probably not going to happen today. But I did buy the year-long parking pass out here. It was $20 for the day or $40 for a calendar for 12 whole months. So you can see the bump steer there. I'll see if I'll do another lap and show that to you guys. And that's inherent with with a lay down servo. Look at that. Steering's got tons of power. We'll come down over here, see if the drag brake can do this. Like I said, this is just tuning, guys. I just got to turn the drag brake up. Yep, doesn't hold. That's going to be a problem. And that might be a limitation on the Micro X. I have a copperhead. Getting it in here, the room and everything might be a little tricky, but well, some we'll have to look at. I'll double check it, make sure the drag brake's all the way turned up. If it is, then I don't even think going down a tooth or two on the pinion's gonna help. All right, guys, we're gonna take a thumbnail photo. We're gonna move on to the next truck, move on, keep filming, try to get a bunch of running footage. I have 4 new trucks to show you guys, so keep an eye on the channel. You guys still haven't seen the A1 run, so there's a spoiler right there. And then 2 that I don't think you guys have seen yet. So pretty pumped to get out here, get some time and some very good terrain. There's plenty more here. It's just, finding a quiet spot to film and not get interrupted all the time. But I may shut the camera off if I get done and have some daylight and just go run up the trail. Go to the top of Stone Mountain here. It looks beautiful. But anyways, I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.